Hello guys and welcome back. I'm here today to show you this Trisorc build. We're just going to go through this a little different order this time. I'm going to actually run through the dungeon first and kind of explain how it works and how it's going, and then at the end I'll share with you the build and all the stats and everything. Because I feel like it's good for you to see how it performs before you waste time looking at how it's put together and whatnot. Because what do you care about, right? You care about how it performs. So we're in here in like a tier 48. I don't know. It's just the sigil I had on me. We're level 87. And this is a speed farming build. So as you can see, we just freaking collect our things, blow up the group. This is kind of a perfect dungeon to showcase this, I feel like, too. I didn't actually choose it on purpose, but it's like very dense. There's a tons of annoying like little spiders and things that are usually quite a pain in the ass for the Sorc to take care of, and I'll show you how easy we take care of them, right? So how it works is we're going into a pool, we're using our base attack once, and then we're just using Ice Shards. We collect up our orbs as we're walking through. As you can see, we have pretty much infinite orbs on the ground, and those orbs allow us to do a lot of extra damage, as well as they are how we sustain ourselves. Our attack speed is so fast that every time we attack, every 4 attacks basically, or 3 to 4 attacks, we get a chain lightning. You can see how fast we attack 4 times. We pretty much have 100% uptime on chain lightning. Chain lightning is just consistently running on the ground, constantly, it's never not up. So as long as we're attacking, we have chain lightning going. Super fast build, it's a super fast farming build, it's very quick. I mean, like, our movement speed is insane, and movement speed is also a lot of how this build works and how we do our damage. I'll get into that at the end. Again, like I said, I'll share that with you as soon as the run is done. We have good uptime on CC as well as high damage. We are only level 87, obviously, as this build levels up and we start pushing towards 100, it's going to scale much better, but even as it sits, we are melting things very quickly.
I'm not ready yet.
And it's so fun to play, guys. Like, I can't even begin to describe to you like how fun this build is. I never really had fun on Sorc in the previous patch, but with these updates, man, I'm loving this. Like, it is such a fun build to clear these dungeons with. Let's go free this guy real quick.
Wouldn't have made it without you.
Oh. One guy. Even on single target, we sustain really well. And how we're sustaining is through our chain lightning. So there's they buffed the aspect that goes on chain lightning that allows you to restore resources every time your chain lightning bounces off something. And since we have 100% uptime on chain lightning during our attacks, because we have our attack speed so fast, we have 100% uptime on that resource regeneration that we're getting from that aspect.
I need time to prepare.
Also, our fast attack speed allows us to spam more frozen orbs alongside our chain lightnings, and the frozen orbs help us to keep uptime on our lucky hit procs, for our resource sustain on the last passive, the ice passive. All right, what are we missing? We're missing one somewhere. Oh, I missed one at the very beginning. Sorry, guys. Meow. Running.
Wouldn't have made it without you.
Back up we go. Let me know if you like this format better. I know I'm just doing it backwards because I feel like maybe, you know, people don't want to waste the time like going through a build link if they don't know for sure that the build's going to perform right.
I need time.
So I feel like it would be better just to, you know, do the run first. And I have run this in much higher tiers, like all the way up to like 65, and it does fine. It's just that obviously, like, in order to speed through something, I'm going to run something, you know, like a little lower. But these guys are still like a decent amount over us, so, you know, it's not like we're like cherry picking super low content to do the build. It's just this is like an efficient run. Like, so if you were farming gear for your character, right, which is this is what I built this build for, is like to be an extremely efficient farming build. And if you were farming gear for your character, this is about what you would be running, right? About 12 to 15 levels above you, basically.
I need time to prepare that. I'm not ready yet.
Oh, we must have a damage resistant guy in here somewhere. There he is. Oh, a couple of damage resistant guys in that pool. No worries. What our Chain Lightning does, and our, besides sustaining us, right, besides giving us, like, infinite sustain, is also when we're proccing damage on all the guys to proc our explosions, instead of just all our damage focusing on, like, one guy and kind of maybe bouncing a little bit around close to that guy for our explosions, we're actually hitting everything on the map, right? So it gives us much better AoE clearing power compared to like if we were just using an Ice Shard build. We just got a stone carving. We're going to get to this pedestal, and then we'll be good to go on the boss, and then I'll share the build with you.
I need time to prepare that. I'm not ready.
Take all that gear up on the way back. Be efficient. And there's our stone carving. So just the boss. Oh. Oh, whatever. That'll get us to the boss quicker anyways. It's habit. I grab him. It is what it is.
I need time to prepare that.
I've ran through enough of this already. I'll get away from this guy so you can see kill time on these dudes.
Out of mana once again.
Yeah, that one's a tinky guy.
I need time to prepare that.
And then the whole world found us.
I need time to prepare that.
Keep in mind, this build has a long way to go as far as damage, too. You guys know how damage scales as you start hitting those last, like, 15 levels or so. So I would say we're going to at least double by the time we get to there. Oh, no. Ah. Get over here, dude.
I'm not ready yet.
You'll see how it sustains on single target now, which is kind of something I want to showcase, so it'll be cool to be here on a boss so you can actually see how it works on a single target. We kind of spent a lot of time goofing around on this one, so moving around more than we should, but that's alright. Die. Alright, there we go. Alright, I'm going to share the build with you guys so you can see kind of what I got going on, and you guys can make adjustments as you see fit. For the last 10 levels or so, I will release an updated build video as soon as I hit 100, but this is what I have for now, and this is what I was running, and with the current performance. So, on our headpiece, I'm running cooldown reduction, a lucky hit chance while you have a barrier, intelligence, and maximum life. On a helmet, with the basic skills grant 20% damage reduction for 6 seconds. On our chest piece, I'm running damage reduction from distant enemies, maximum life, cold damage, frost skill damage, and imprinted with you take less damage from crowd-controlled or vulnerable enemies. On our gloves, we are running intelligence, critical strike chance, lucky hit chance, attack speed, and Ice Shards pierce 4 times, dealing 20% damage per subsequent enemy hit. On our pants, we are running intelligence, damage reduction from distance, total armor, and damage reduction from close. Imprinted with, you gain a 0.5% increased armor for 4 seconds when you deal any form of damage, stacking up to 30%. Here's the part of the build that makes it work. And this is going to be something a little different than what a lot of people run, and I'm sure some people will disagree with me, but the damage increase from this, and the way this build works with the crackling energy, having our crit chance as high as possible makes an insane difference on the clear speed. So we are running Isu's Heirloom on our boots, and this is being helped by the fact that we are running movement speed on our amulet, which I will get to in a second. We are running the critical strike damage, damage to distant enemies, vulnerable damage, and core skill damage on our one-handed weapon, imprinted with you deal increased damage for each second you stand still. On our amulet, we are running movement speed, ranks to all defensive skills, frost skill damage, which I would rather have probably be like percentage intelligence, but that's okay, this will work for now, and mana cost reduction. For our ring, we are running critical strike damage, critical strike chance, and vulnerable damage. Again, the lightning damage, I would rather have probably resource regeneration for this build, but as you can see, it works without it. But it would just be a little bit nicer to keep our resource a little higher. Same thing on the second ring. Sorry, for the aspects, we are running critical strikes with core skills increase your attack speed by 38%. We run our attack speed on our amulet. It is important for this build. The reason that we do this is because everything on this build is relying on attack speed, right? So the faster we attack, the faster we're proccing our class enchantments. So we're proccing Chain Lightning and we're proccing Frozen Orb. So it's not just that we have a faster attack speed, it's that those faster attack speed are giving us more cast of our damaging abilities, right? And more cast of our damaging abilities means more resource regeneration from our crackling energy, and obviously it means more lucky hit procs on our frost skills. So not only do you see a 38% flat damage increase across the board from having more attacks, but you're also getting these other benefits as well. Running the Brutal Heart, that 20% of your incoming damage is instead suppressed when you use a defensive, Subterfuge, or Macabre skill. All suppressed damage is amplified by 250% and explodes, dealing up to, X amount of damage. This is fire damage, and this is why I like to use this, is because it helps us keep all 3 damage types active at all times, and it helps us keep uptime on that for more damage. On this ring, we're running, for each unique element you deal damage with, you deal 12% increased damage for 5 to 11 seconds. It's pretty much best in slot for Sork, and of course we're running critical strikes and all subsequent damage within 2.6 seconds is absorbed by your target. Then the absorbed damage erupts onto surrounding enemies. Stored damage is increased by 14% per second. This ring is imprinted with the aspect. Using a cooldown restores 24 mana. I like this because it's not situational. This is always active. It works on bosses, it works on trash. Same thing with the second enchant. This is why this is so much better than the crowd control enchant. Chain Lightning bounces, you gain mana, right? 1.5 to 3 depending on your roll. I have a 2.5 roll here. This is always active. We're rotating through our attacks so fast that we always have a Chain Lightning bouncing. So this is constantly, it's always bouncing, bounce, right? So we always have benefit from this. When we're fighting a boss, we have benefit from this. When we're fighting trash, we have benefit from this. It's just so good now on the right build. For our offhand, we're running mana cost reduction, intelligence, cooldown reduction, and lucky hit up to a 5% chance to restore primary resource. I wish the lucky hit roll was a crit roll, but this is the best that I found so far. Skills deal up to 20% increased damage based on your available primary resource when cast, receiving the maximum benefit while you have full primary resource. Okay, I'm going to go straight into the skills now, and then very last we will go over the Paragon board so you guys can copy down what I have. I know where I'm going with it, but I'm not max level yet, so I can't show you the full board, but like I said, I will do an updated build video at 100 and get you the full build. I do know where it's going, and I do have it planned out. I will try to get a build planner up for this as well. For our first skill, we're running Firebolt, and just up to Enhanced Firebolt. This is on our bar. We are using it as a skill. It is not one of our enchantments. For our core skills, 1 point into Frozen Orb, up to Greater Frozen Orb. This is enchantment number 1. We're running 5 points into Ice Shards to Destructive Ice Shards. This is a skill. 1 point into Devastation, 3 points into Elemental Dominance. 1 point into Chain Lightning, down to Destructive Chain Lightning. 1 point into Elemental Attunement. I should clarify, Chain Lightning is our second enchantment. Frozen Orb is our first enchantment. Chain Lightning is our second enchantment. 1 point into all of our defensive skills. Flame Shield up to Shimmering Flame Shield. Teleport up to Shimmering Teleport. Ice Armor up to Shimmering Ice Armor, Frost Armor, or Frost Nova down to Mystical Frost Nova. We are running 3 points into Precision Magic. 1 point into Align the Elements, 1 point into Protection, 1 point into Icy Veil, 3 points into Snap Freeze, 1 point into Static Discharge, 3 points into Invigorating Conduit, 3 points into every single one of the Frost passives here, and 1 point into Avalanche. Onto the Paragon board. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because, like I said, I still have leveling time to go, but this is set where it's going to be for now, and it's not. This will not be changing. I will only be adding on to it, so we'll run through it. On the first board, we are running Elementalist. On the Frigid Freight board, we are running Unleash. We move over to the Icefall board. We are running Destruction. We run over to the Element Master board. We are running Exploit. We head down here to the Ceaseless Conduit board, and we are running Charged. As I said, this is a Paragon board for level 87, because that is currently where my character is. Once I finish out the board, I will be sure to upload a new video and share it with you guys. Thanks for watching. If you stuck around all the way to the end, which I'm assuming if you wanted to see the build you did, or at least you skipped through the beginning so that you could find the build, I thank you. Enjoy life as always. Until next time, take it easy.